still underrepresented. And data poverty shuts out many. We at CGTN are committed to transcending the information gap and the digital divide. CGTN, bridging nations and civilizations. CGTN, see the difference.
June 10th marks the first International Day for Dialogue Among Civilizations. It was established at the 78th UN General Assembly last June following a resolution proposed by China and co-sponsored by more than 80 countries. The day aims to promote mutual respect, dialogue among cultures, and global solidarity. It highlights the value of diversity in building a more harmonious world. And CGTN spoke with Danial Rahman, the CEO of the Malaysian think tank Asian Strategy and Leadership Institute. He says strengthening cultural collaborations and youth exchanges help foster harmony among civilizations.
China and Malaysia enjoy deep historical and cultural ties. So what potential do you see for further strengthening cultural exchanges between the two sides?
I think it's really timely and really important. What we see around the world more commonly are departments of war studies, in places of learning, and people want to study the causes of war. But it's very rare that we find the study of peace and how do you build dialogue and how do you build civilizations. And that is why this International Day for Dialogue among civilizations is really important. I take cognizance of the fact that it was mooted within the United Nations in 2023, and last year the resolution was passed by, of course, China with the support of 80 nations, which also shows that there is strong support and a strong recognition of the importance of dialogue. Today is very significant because of the historical context behind it. We've seen throughout history, be it the Silk Road, which connected Han China with Persia, Rome, and India, which did not just move silk and spices, but also ideas, philosophies, and technologies. And values, such as Confucian values like Ren, or benevolence, and Li, which is propriety, traveled alongside Buddhism, astronomy, and medicine. So we've seen in history, time and time again, like the Silk Road, where when civilizations are able to converse with one another, it avoids conflict.
China and Malaysia enjoy deep historical and cultural ties. So what potential do you see for further strengthening cultural exchanges between the two sides?
So what we see is that there are a lot of mutualities between Malaysia from a cultural, from an expressive perspective. Now, there's also something very interesting that's coming up. Last year, Malaysia received about 3.7 million tourists from China. And next year, in 2026, will be Visit Malaysia year. So I hope you will have an opportunity to come and join us in Malaysia, where we also hope that more tourists will come. And this is also an opportunity to explore the China-Malaysia links, cultural links that we have in our states of Malacca, Penang, as well as in the states of Borneo, Sabah and Sarawak. An area very passionate for me is education. I believe that there are about over 30,000 students from China who are currently studying in Malaysia. I think fundamentally we also have to see that one of the greatest strengths between Malaysia and China are our youth population. We have a lot of young people who are very eager to go out there and learn about the world. And I think this is an area which China and Malaysia can definitely continue to strengthen our ties.
Given that civilization dialogue emphasizes embracing diverse culture with an open mind, and many Asian countries boast rich historical civilizations, how can cultural exchanges and cooperations contribute to fostering regional harmony and sustainable development in Asia?
What culture, dialogue, and civilization teaches us are a few things. First, nothing beats wisdom. When we look at the concepts of Ren or karma or rahmah, which are concepts across the Confucian, the Islamic, the Hindu traditions, we also understand that what goes around comes around, right? And whenever we deal with things like artificial intelligence, nothing beats the human wisdom. And while technology can be quite pervasive, we must also take this opportunity to teach artificial intelligence the cultures that come from the global south, that come from China, that come from Malaysia, and that come from this part of the world. Because if we don't embrace it, then we stand to lose out. So that's how, well, firstly, regional harmony can be achieved. I think finally, we must also understand that the media narrative becomes really important. So, I thank CGTN for talking about this dialogue. In Malaysia, there was an event that happened a few days ago where we brought young people together to talk about friendship, to talk about collaboration. And these discussions will become really important in a day and age where news cycles tend to prefer what's sensational. Social media tends to push what is disinformation and misinformation. It is rare to actually have conversations about dialogue and things which are positive. So I'll say keep it up, and I look forward to more conversations around this issue.
And here's a recap of our top stories.